Here we are in the final class of Berkshire Boars here on the West Ring. We're going to have 7 entries in this class. Again, this is the last class of Berkshire Boars, all born in October from the 2nd to the 24th. These guys are ready to get home and get to work for you. Guys are doing a good job keeping these boards separated here today. Lots of different types to work with in this class. .845-1, Chad Kremper, Cass Lake, Minnesota, has a board that caught pen 1. That's a Bright Lights Gunslinger sitting in pen 1. .863-1 is going to be pen 2. Kelsey Olson from Minnesota. That's a Black Mambo Legend. That's an interesting little older pedigree there on that hog. The board on your screen now, 879-2. That is a from Siebold Berkshires, Wilcox, Nebraska. That's a Big Tex Fast Tracks. Iowa State pedigree on the bottom side of that one. 857-1 gets pen 3. Charles McGee, Hennepin, Oklahoma. That's a Commander Sauce. Commander on a sauce sow. Casey working hard, getting his Berkshire board drove. There's the Siebold entry. And McLean there in the back of the corner there. That's a Schaffner and Wabash entry or Gene Waters entry. I believe that would be that's the Gene Waters entry that McLean's driving there. The lighter skinned hog is going to go in pen 5. Big growthy hog there. Here's Judge John with your results from our final class of Berkshire Boars.
A young man brings a nice boar here, really a no-nonsense he-boar. This guy's really opened up. Of the class, I think he walks to the front fairly easy. This guy really big-bladed. He really opens up through the center part of a rib. I think you got to really get on this guy to appreciate him. He's got a lot of dimension, a lot to this guy, and yet he sets his skeleton down fairly square to the ground, just massive in his body, really long in his rump, one there that really I think can go and carry that weight extremely well. Pretty good kind of hog. Now it gets more challenging. Then we got one here, really a long skeleton boar that takes really long strides to him and is lean at this heavy a weight. You have to appreciate that about this boar. He's got a really good hock quality to him. I like that. He's really long rumped, and I really appreciate that. Length of side, length of rump's exceptional. It's very, very mobile, very, very practical. The show boar of the group's 857-1. A little smaller package for this age group. Where I didn't like your boar quite as well as the two that beat you as he doesn't square up in that hock to the ground quite as well. But the most attractive boar from the side. He's opened up. He's the frame size that a lot of people are very comfortable in the show pig world with. But I didn't think he was quite as big, quite as true in his rear legs to justify moving ahead of the other two. Got a robust boar, an 815-4 here. Another boar is tall-shouldered, long enough through his side, long enough through his hip, very aggressive in his nature. Really, he looks like a boar that'd go out and work for a lot of Berkshire customers there that breed sows in different kinds of environments. Really appreciate that about that boar. Just a really hard-working kind of a hog. Another one like that, really tough as nails boar, the lighter, paler colored boar young man has a lot of depth to him. Has a big old blade. He's a little plainer in his overall makeup, but his big blade, he's got a fairly big top, fairly good length of muscle, just a little lighter structured. He narrows up and closes up a little bit more when you get to the ground. Then we round out the class here, one with a little rougher top line than I like, narrows up a bit, needs to just be better in those areas to move at it being higher. Then we round out the class with one that just needs to have more dimension, particularly out through the back through 1/3 of his skeleton. Thank you.
Folks, we're going to give you the results of this Class 5, and then they're going to be up here to present those scholarship awards and recognize those folks, and then do the progeny test representation before we call any hogs up to the ring because of the heat and humidity. Congratulations to the exhibitors here in Class 5. Your class winner was 845-1, Chad Kremper of Cass Lake, Minnesota. Second in the class was Kelsey Olson, Clearbrook, Minnesota, 863-1. Third, Charles McGee at Hennepin, Oklahoma, 857-1. Fourth in the class was CJL Berkshires at Council Bluff, Iowa, 815-4. Fifth in the class was Gene Waters at Leavenworth, Kansas, 897-1. Sixth in the class was Seabold Berkshires, 879-2 of Wilcox, Nebraska. And seventh in the class was Schaffner Wabash Valley, West Union, Illinois, 881-1.